Hello there from Walibi Holland. We have driven a very long way to be here. I'm Scott, this is Stephen. What are you looking forward to today?
All the coasters, all the coasters. There's so many really good quality coasters. Particularly Goliath is one I'm really looking forward to. And Lost Gravity's here, I believe, as well.
Yes.
Another quality coaster. So, to be fair, there's a lot of really good coasters. And of course, don't forget, it's my first Vekoma Boomerang standard model.
What?
Yeah, I've never done one. I've done all the other variants. So I've done a giant inverted boomerang, I've done an Invertigo boomerang, and a junior boomerangs. I've never done a standard boomerang. There's one just behind us, so I'm looking forward to that.
You see those desks behind us? You see them, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, go and hand your enthusiast card
I know,
back in.
it's really bad. It's the most common coaster type out there. I've never done one, so today I'm going to do it. And I think we've also got the world's first SLC here.
Yes, one of the prototypes, Condor. It's not as bad as T3, the other prototype one, but that's currently in pieces. But the one here isn't. So yeah, this for me is my 6th visit here. First time was 8 years ago when they first opened Lost Gravity. Lost Gravity, great coaster. Goliath, great coaster. This is from memory, of course. Untamed, the 2nd ever RMC I did. The first one in Europe I did was here for the opening day. Incredible day that was, one of my favourite ever days in a theme park. But I'm doing this off memory. It's been it's been 2 years since I was here. I remember Untamed was great. The others, it's kind of like, well, I've done about 100 coasters since then, so how are they going to stack up a bit against all of those?
Yeah.
But we set off from Calais this morning. I think it was 5:30 this morning, wasn't it?
We haven't had much sleep.
No, we got to Calais at 11:30 last night. The traffic from the north to Folkestone was dreadful. The traffic here has not been so bad, apart from the lorry that had crashed into a van right by where our hotel was, and we were like, that's going to hold us up so much. But we were all good. We got here in good time, had a McDonald's breakfast, and it's time now to head into the park. It opens in about 10 minutes time. We have got a level of fast pass just as a backup. Like Stephen says, it's his first time here, so we want to make sure we get on everything. The park is open from 10 AM to 6 PM. You ready?
I'm not running today.
No running.
But I'm very excited.
I'm very excited. And of course, I have something to ask as you're watching through. If you do enjoy this video, please hit the like button, please subscribe, and please comment. Right, let's go. Can't wait for this. We have just been on Goliath, but wow, it was close. Those seatbelts are tiny.
I don't know, maybe they're different because I was alright, wasn't I? I
Yeah.
got on a lot easier than you did, which I'm definitely bigger than you by a long way. So yeah, it was tight, but it was really, really good.
Yeah.
I want to do it later. We're coming back later.
Yes.
Because it had like solid floater, and I reckon that's going to turn into ejector because we were only on like a quarter of a train full.
Yes, there was literally 6 people in the train. First train of the day, 1 train. So top tip, when you do come to Walibi Holland, go straight to Goliath. By the way, we're just going to go and hang around now on Eat My Dust. Let's go. New cred.
Just to stand on this.
Yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Ah, funny guy you are.
So the new roller coaster, Eat My Dust, is actually part of the whole new area of Walibi Holland. So the coaster's back there, and then behind this way is the little water fountain that I couldn't persuade Stephen to go in. And then just over here as well behind me, just there somewhere, is another kids ride. So you've added a new coaster, a new flat ride, somewhere to grab a drink, lots of seating, a fountain, and a play area. This has all been added since my last visit here in 2022, and it adds a new family area to the park, which I think is something this park probably needed to go along with everything else it got. It also doubles up with some attractions that were already here, like the S&S shot tower and the Enterprise.
Shot tower?
Yeah, there's a shot tower.
Right. See you in a bit.
Oh, here we bloody go again. Yeah, it all forms a new area in the park called the Speed Zone, and I think that they've done it really, really well. He is literally running to that shot tower. He's a joke.
modified. That's all I'm going to say. So it's all right, but it's very much like the other ones that have been modified, where you don't get the same airtime at the top. So it's a little bit of a shame. Maybe try it later, but I think it's just going to be the same again.
I really enjoyed that. I think, I don't know what your problem with that tower ride is.
I clearly have too much weight. I don't know, maybe not enough air pressure. I didn't get what you got.
I got a lot of airtime at the top. I really enjoyed that.
It was better than Ice Blast, but not by a lot.
Well, it's not difficult at the minute. Can I just point out as well that we did mention, sorry, I'm looking at what the name of that drop tower is. It's Space Shot, isn't it?
Yeah, Space Shot.
So it's not a drop tower. What am I on about?
Shot tower.
Shot tower, called Shot tower. By S&S. Yeah, I just want to point out that we've not actually used our Fast Pass yet, and we've already done Goliath, Eat My Dust, and Space Shot once each.
Yeah.
And now, it's time for Vertical Reality. Well, not quite, but we are doing the Enterprise that is right behind us. So, should we go for it?
Good morning, welcome to the Enterprise. Sit back and hold on tight. Your spin is about to begin.
Yes, he did work for Alton Towers, if you hadn't already guessed. And he loved it, so just stop talking about it. So how was G-Force the Enterprise?
Oh, it was a spin.
It was a spin.
It was the opposite of Enterprise. It just kind of stayed up there forever.
I was going to ask you actually, because you're more knowledgeable on these rides. Was that a good cycle? Because it seemed like it.
Yeah, well, it does vary. A lot of the parks run them in a kind of like a more manual setting.
Yeah.
Whereas at Towers, it was always set to a certain, 55 seconds to a minute.
Yeah.
You didn't really have much to change with it. So you only really got like 2 or 3 spins when you started coming back down before. Well, we were up there for quite a while, weren't we? A good 60 seconds or so.
I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed that. They had trouble getting me back out of the gondola, which is quite funny because that actually happened to me at Drayton Manor once on their Enterprise, and Stephen even mentioned it just as we were getting on that, and then I was thinking, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, but the difference was you were spinning for like 15 minutes.
Yeah. So
you didn't bob it.
Right, anyway, time for important matters. Behind us, Untamed somewhere. We're going on RMC.
My third RMC, this. So.
Your third. Yeah. It was my second at the time. 2019 when it opened. We go and do it.
Let's do it.
The atmosphere in this area on opening day, honestly, I was just saying to Stephen off camera, one of the best days I've ever had in a theme park. And I believe that vlog is still on the channel, so I will link it in the top of the screen. It was a day for the history books as far as this channel was concerned. It was an absolutely brilliant day. So Untamed is currently on a 2-train service. I don't know how long this is going to take. It's going to be worth it regardless. We still haven't used Fast Pass. We will use it later, but it's time to go and be untamable. A little bit of history about this ride, Untamed. It used to be called Robin Hood and was a Vekoma wooden roller coaster, and there is little bits of it still in the queue line, including the old train, which is now part of the theming, which is really cool.
station. Fasten only your seatbelt and leave your neck.
I was Untamed.
It was untamable, that. That was good, wasn't it?
You asked for no spoilers, and I gave you no spoilers, so what did you think of that layout?
Yeah. It has an element that everyone who knows me knows I don't like.
What's that then?
Towards the end.
The barrel roll?
Yeah, I don't like those.
No, the barrel roll is the only bit I don't like on it.
Yeah, everything else was amazing, like top quality coaster. Like I'm willing to do it again.
Yeah.
And enjoy the bit I don't like because I liked everything else. It's a solid coaster. If that was in the UK, that'd be a top coaster.
If it's in the UK, it'd be the best coaster.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
There's no danger of that. It would just easily be the best.
Yeah.
We've still not used our fast pass on it, so we will get another go on it later.
Yeah.
And we were told by the ride attendant that those with fast pass are prioritised in terms of front row and back row goes, and we were 3 rows from the back, so we did all right.
Yeah.
Once again, it's worth a mention. Lap bars very tight, so I'm glad I'm trying to lose weight because I need to, quite simply, which I know of anyway. But that sort of confirms it even further.
Yeah.
But I'd forgotten how good that coaster is. Like, I've been on a lot of RMCs since I first went on that one, and I kind of pushed it down the pecking order, thinking, oh, maybe it wasn't as good as I thought, but it's incredible.
Yeah. Like I've only done the 2 mega ones, so I've done Iron Gwazi and Steel Vengeance. Both really, really good roller coasters, and this is up there with them. You know, even though it's not as tall, it definitely packs a punch. You don't need to build 200, 300 foot coasters to have a great coaster.
No.
That's an amazing coaster.
Where would you rank it, or do you need more rides yet?
I need another ride on it, but it's up there. It's definitely in top 10.
Yeah.
It's top 10.
You like talking about ride throughputs. What did you think of the queue?
For an RMC, that was running really well.
Yeah.
Like, operations wise, they're keeping them moving. I can only compare to like Steel Vengeance and Iron Gwazi. And Iron Gwazi's normally on one train, and it still takes 10 minutes to check it. And you know, they're pretty bad, aren't they?
Yeah.
Steel Vengeance, like, there's always a 3-train stack.
Yep.
And you get sort of massive come down, which it's like another 10 minutes before you get in the station. It's awful.
So yeah, really, really impressed with the operations on that.
Oh, definitely.
Top stuff. So we've got Lost Gravity book now, haven't we, on the Fast Pass? That is going to be the first use of Fast Pass. So we'll head on over there now, which is a Mac product, opened in 2016. Has the same colours as the Smiler. It's a lot better. Sorry, Stephen. Just a quick mention on the way to Lost Gravity, there is a Huss topspin here, coming to Alton Towers soon, just not this one. So here we are by Lost Gravity. What are your first impressions? Do you think you're going to like this?
I've never done anything quite like it, so I genuinely don't know what to expect. It's a very compact coaster.
Yeah.
I suppose a lot of people do say it's very similar to the Smiler, like the way it looks, but I think it's going to ride very different to the way it played to Mac, for instance.
Yeah.
I'm just interested to see what it's going to be like. I don't think it's going to be like the Smiler. I think it's going to be very airtime filled and rather interesting, really. So I'm excited. I'm not running off. I'm not that excited, but I'm very close to running off and getting in the queue. We've got a fast pass, haven't we? First.
Yeah, we have. I always think that these were basically Mac's answer or attempted answer at the Eurofighter, but they've not really taken off the Mac Big Dipper.
We're going to get wet then.
We might well do. There is a spray zone. Shall we move on?
I was going to say it's very close.
Right, it's time for Lost Gravity. So with us having fast lane for this one, Stephen doesn't believe me, but we actually have to walk through a bus to get on it.
Actually, we do have to.
Do you believe me now?
You sure?
Fast lane, bus.
So do I have to drive it to the
station? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Nicht zu bauen. Vielen Dank für Ihr Verständnis.
Trying to get Lost Gravity in the background, and all we've got is an upside down helicopter. But it really does fit in with the theming really well. And there did used to be a DJ booth in there.
What, in a helicopter?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if there still is. There did used to be at one point. Right, go on then. What did you think? Lost Gravity.
It's better than the Eurofighter.
Yeah.
I would like to see more of them.
Yeah.
Is it a top 10 coaster? No. But it is a very good coaster.
Yeah.
Would I come back for it? Absolutely.
Excellent.
That's where it rates really for me.
I've always said that I'd really like to see one of these type of rides in the UK. I always thought it'd fit really well at Blackpool, but I don't know if they'll ever get one. I mean, there was loads of rumours after Icon that they were going to get one, but obviously that's not happened. That was 6 years ago now. It, honestly, I'd forgotten how good that was. It's not the best. You know, it's not, like Stephen said, it's not a top 10 coaster. It's not even a top like 25 coaster, but it is really fun. Lots of airtime, good first drop. Looks impressive, rides impressive, no rattle, great fun. And now going to go and check the log flume queue.
You even got a train. Come on. Where's the station?
Choo choo.
Let's go. Where's the station? I do like a train.
I have failed in my quest to get Stephen to go on the log flume, so we're going on the train. Let's try again with the log flume later. Right, now we've been on the train, can we finally go on the log flume?
Well, we've got the Vekoma multi-leaper coaster to do.
Like Rock and Roller
Yeah, that's the one.
at the Disney parks?
Yeah. We've got to do that, unfortunately. So
Oh, it's
we've got
not-
no time for the log flume.
It's not unfortunate, it's a really good coaster.
Well, I mean, unfortunate for the log flume because we just don't have time for it. We've got to go right now to get over there.
So what we'll do is then, we'll do Express Platform 13 and then we'll
Yeah.
book the log flume on the...
No, because then we've got to go to the Boomerang, and then we've got El Condo to do. So we just don't have time for this today.
and then we'll do a log flume later.
We haven't got time, I'm afraid. There's no time to do the log flume.
I've had enough of this. May or may not have jumped.
I was alright, to be fair.
Well, we've taken a ride on Express Platform 13. I was going to call it Rock and Roller.
I know, it's very much like the Rock and Roller Coaster layouts at the Disney parks.
It certainly is.
It's actually, I've done 3 of those, so I've done as many of those as I have RMCs now. I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Back row for the full experience.
Quality coaster, really enjoyed it. The queue line theming I thought was, sort of just a shipping container.
Yeah.
It's very well done initially. I suppose the station maybe could have done a little bit more, but like up until that point it was great. I was like, I'm in the subway.
Yeah, proper, like, the theming in the whole queue line is exceptional. It's really good. And the operation seemed good as well. They were chucking the trains out.
Yeah, only 2 trains on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. Because I don't know how many they've got on the Rock and Roller Coaster. It's quite a lot.
27.
They've got a lot more blocks with Disney, isn't it? So they have like a million trains.
People swearing at us.
It's quite a weird. There's like a block section which isn't there as well, which is a bit weird when you're on it.
Yeah. Doesn't do any blocking.
A flat track with no brakes on it, where there should be some block brakes. So it's a bit weird. I really liked it. I want to do it again before we go today.
Well, we can, and we will, definitely. Right, so the time is speed of sound time.
Yeah.
It's your first ever Vekoma boomerang.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Are you excited?
I am actually, because I've never done one. How have I managed to get through this long being an enthusiast and not done a Vekoma boomerang? I do not know. But,
What are you expecting?
Oh, it's going to be awful.
No.
It's going to be awful. I've heard that they're awful. Like, to be fair, I really liked Stunfall.
Yeah.
That's one of my favourite coasters out there, and that's brilliant. I scream like mad on that.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a video of me, but I was very loud. And I've done the Invertigo.
Kings Island.
Kings Island, done that.
Yeah.
Where you're facing the seats like backwards and forwards. It's very bizarre.
I've done a mini version of that, the Bagatelle.
Yeah, Bagatelle have one, don't they? Yeah. So I've done one of those, but I've never actually done a normal sit-down boomerang. So I'm about to try one of those for the first time. Apparently this is a good one though. Onboard audio, I believe.
He's starting on the best one. It only goes downhill after this one.
It's going to set the bar high, and I've got to be looking forward to my next boomerang, I think. It looks really good from here, so I'm quite excited.
I like this one. Should we go and do it?
Let's do it, yeah.
Let's go. Well, good news, mate. You can go and collect your enthusiast card at the front of the park now. You have been on the speed of sound.
Now I've finally done a standard Vekoma boomerang.
What did you think?
I can't believe I've nearly got to 300 coasters and never done one.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
But yeah, it's a solid coaster, isn't it? The boomerang model, it looks like. It's pretty intense. For a small park, I think it's great. Would I want to see loads of them? Probably not. I don't think it's something I'd want to see everywhere.
There is loads of them.
I know there is, that's what I mean, but would you want like every park to have one?
Why not?
Well, they're quite low capacity, aren't they?
Yeah, a bit late now anyway.
So it takes a while for them to load and run and everything, but no, it is a solid coaster, it is a good coaster. Is it in my top 10 now? It's quite low down, but it's not bad, it's not bad. Does that make sense?
Do you know what would have made it a lot better for Stephen? If the onboard audio was working properly.
Yeah, initially it was quite loud when we were going up the lift hill backwards. I was like, oh, that's really cool, because it was like synced up to the station, but playing through the
and with the lights of the tunnel and everything, but for some reason we got halfway up the first lift hill and it just stopped and went quiet. So real shame that, because it does add a hell of a lot to that experience. But overall, it's as far as Vekoma boomerangs go, nice and smooth, enjoyable, and if we get a chance, back row later, because we got the front row this time.
Yeah.
I have some delightful news. Stephen sneezing. That wasn't the delightful news. The delightful news is I'm going on the log flume. Unfortunately, Stephen isn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've got to go and do something else.
What, the gardening or something? Gardening leave?
No, my Steve's camera skills are needed for doing some lost gravity.
Don't lose the camera.
No, I won't.
Can you get some log flume footage while you're at it?
Yeah, I can do.
Yeah, excellent. Right, it's time for me to do log flume. I've done it before, but I do like them, so it's got to be done. Because otherwise, I can't really stand and complain when parks remove them. You've got to make, what's the phrase? Use it or lose it.
That's the one.
Time for the log flume. Well, I've been on the log flume. I do apologise that there's no footage of me on the drop. Someone wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, to be fair, I should be put in charge of the camera. In my defence, we have not had much sleep on this trip, have we? So I was kind of like asleep but standing.
Yeah, at least you didn't drop the camera. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
So we need to book another ride on the Fast Pass, because one thing we have noticed is the park has got extremely busy. Yeah. All the queues now are upwards towards like an hour, so we have got the bronze level of Fast Pass, which I think was, what was it? It was €35 each. Yeah, basically virtual queuing system, so it doesn't take anything off the queue time, but it means you don't have to wait in the queue, and then when your time's up, you just go up the exit.
Yeah.
They scan you on, or up a merge point, whatever.
Essentially, it can double your ride count.
Well, yeah, because you could be doing a virtual queue for 50 minutes and find a ride like the Log Flume, which may have a 15-minute queue. So
And we're not really doing that because we're obviously doing bringing you guys along for the day. So we're using that time. We could be using for queuing for another ride to kind of film and show you guys what we're up to. So.
We're going to we'll go over to the SLC now because it's actually showing on the app as closed, but sometimes they have it like that when it's basically a case of the rides at capacity in the queue. So we'll go over, we'll have a look. I do want to do it. It is not the best, but I'd still rather do it. So we'll go and have a look now. Something to mention on our way round to Condor, the SLC, is that Walibi Holland also has a Rapids ride. So I'm afraid to say Stephen will not be getting the full Walibi Holland experience today.
Oh, it's absolutely fine, pal. I'm not going to lose any sleep over this one.
No, too tired for that.
To be fair, I don't think I could hack it, so I'm 2 thumbs up for me.
I'm actually quite disappointed that it's closed. I was looking forward to the grumbling about it for the rest of the day.
No, I'm well happy. These things happen from time to time.
Yeah, they do.
I'd rather the ride be safe than, being running and not safe. So I'm happy that they've closed it and doing what they need to do to get it safe and up and running again.
I think it looks in good nick.
It does actually.
From an off-ride point of view.
How old is it? What year was
early,
it?
I think it might have been
Definitely early 90s, isn't it?
early 94, I think.
Yeah, so like for its age, it's the same age as the big one, and if it's 94, it's stood up pretty well, to be fair.
It does look in good nick from like an off-ride point of view.
Yeah, it looks like they've had new trains on it, haven't they? So it's half a new coaster, but it looks it looks all right. You know what? I probably would have enjoyed doing it just to say I've done the first SLC.
Yeah.
But I won't lose any sleep because I've done so many of them that I know what they ride like, and they're not very good. So, but it'll do.
We are getting on one in like 2 days' time when we go to Walibi, Belgium.
Oh no.
Yeah, Vampire with the old style trains.
At least this one would be a bit different with different trains.
Yeah, exactly.
They've already done the old style trains, so
yeah, there was no head bashing on this one. It just bashed your legs instead. But yeah,
I've only done Odyssey with the old trains as well, so I've not done any with the newer trains.
Yeah, no Condor for us today, so we move on. But we have booked Goliath for a re-ride on that later. We've got to wait 50 minutes, so just gonna have a wander around. Probably get a lot of off-ride footage to fill in the gaps between our talking while we wait for it. So next time you see us, we'll probably be at Goliath unless we find something else to talk to or talk about in the next 50 minutes. Not gonna go talking to random objects like, hey up Condor, how's it going?
Are you okay, mate?
No.
I know you're tired, but
Need some sleep. Well, we managed to get our second go on Goliath, and this time it was at the front row.
yeah, we got lucky.
We did, we got very lucky. Belts were quite tight, but again, we got on.
I'd just like to note that I don't know if you're going to put the footage or a picture of me in the test seat.
I am.
The test seat is way off what the actual ride is, but it's still tight.
Yeah.
The test seat, like, you even like clipped together, it's like right down on the seat.
Yeah.
But like the actual ride is a bit more forgiving, but it's still very, very, very tight. But it's not as tight as the test seat. So just be aware of that. If you're on the larger size, jump in the test seat, you're like, there's no chance of getting on this. But there is. Like we did it and we had a great time. So good
Yeah. Honestly, like, it's probably the most pointless test seat ever because it's not a good representation of what the lap bar is like or what the seat belt's like. So I just wanted to film Stephen getting stuck in it, to be honest, and it almost succeeded.
I couldn't because it couldn't get the belt anywhere near. It was like I say, it was like that far, that far away. It was like not happening. On the ride, it's really, you can get it around, but it's just, you can't quite clip it in. the hand motions. Like, come on, Corey, clip it in. But yeah, it is really tight. But yeah, just be aware of that.
Yeah. Yeah. And after that, we tried to get on the big wheel, which is very big. But
technical issues.
There's a technical issue, and some people stuck up at the top at the minute. So
I'm sure they'll be fine.
Oh, they'll be absolutely fine. But we're glad it's not us.
Well, yeah, that wouldn't be great up there when we've got stuff we need to do. So
yeah, we've actually managed to have another go on Untamed. We are now going to have another go on Lost Gravity, and then after that, we're going to go on Express Platform 13, and not the one at Manchester Piccadilly. And then that probably will be our day. But yeah, time to go and get lost in some gravity.
Oh, just to add about Untamed. I don't know if we mentioned it. We haven't talked about it since we went there, did we?
No.
It's a lot better. It's a lot faster, and my thighs are thunder red now. It's gone from like being mental to like being insane.
It's hauling.
As RMCs tend to, yeah, not insane. That's in Gronaland, isn't it? Ha ha ha! Oh, my terrible jokes. But it's proper flying around and Goliath's the same, proper flying around once it's warmed up. So that first ride we did, it was good, but like I kind of knew it was gonna be better when it warmed up and had a bit of weight in it, and we had a full train, and it was absolutely rocketing around. My face became a windscreen shield. I could just feel everyone's gonna be like, turn that off. Not all the bugs like hitting your face. It wasn't the most pleasant experience, but the ride experience, like the G-forces, are really good. So if you haven't been out here before, like me, it's always been one of those parks I've always kind of wanted to do, but never really been motivated to go to. Would highly recommend you come to this park, because I've had a great day. I've had an absolutely fantastic day. I had high expectations anyway, because the coasters that are here are ones that I really, really like. So to actually be out here and experience it, I thought maybe I thought it's going to be better than, like, especially with the Untamed, but it's, I don't know what model they are, but like the Untamed Giga
coaster.
They're like that era of Giga coasters, weren't they? With the cable lifts. They were like top tier. I did Millennium Force, and I was like, oh, I didn't really rate. Everyone's gonna be shouting. I didn't rate Millennium Force. Millennium Force was the biggest disappointment of my roller coasters that I've done. I know, sorry. It looks beautiful. I really wanted to love it, but it sucked, unfortunately.
It was the biggest disappointment of his career.
It really was. But that thing is completely different. That is what I expected Millennium Force to be like. That's probably the best way to sum it up.
Yeah, Goliath, excellent. Untamed, hauling, excellent. Yeah. And I often see comments on Twitter like, we need an RMC in the UK. We do, but this place is literally like 2 hours away. It's a quick flight to Amsterdam, and then hire a car, use public transport. This place is very accessible. And whilst yes, we do need RMCs in the United Kingdom, there is one just 2 hours away in this park, and it's well worth travelling for.
Soon to be another one, I believe. And also, in good news, the Ferris wheel is moving, so those people who are stuck at the top will be off shortly. So.
Excellent. Yeah, we should talk about them RMCs. There is 2 single rail RMCs coming to this park, as far as I'm aware. One will be a thrill coaster and one will be a family coaster, and they will duel. And it is going to be in an area that was previously not accessible to guests in the park. So it's going to be around the Goliath area, and it's going to be in between Goliath and Express. So hopefully that means they'll open up some new walkways where you can film both of those coasters and the 2 new coasters as well. So there is definitely a reason to come back here next year if they open on schedule. Yeah,
it's quite amazing how the rides are kind of hidden away. Like, you can't really see them from inside the park. So it's a bit like when you go to Holland Towers, you see 13. You can't really see the ride. And there's a lot of that going on here. You can see when you park up your car, and then after that, like, they're invisible. You can't see it.
Exactly.
Express is like, I don't even think you can see Express from anywhere in the park.
No, like, you'll have probably noticed by this point in the video, there's literally been like 1 clip of it, and that is the only viewing point of it, and that was from the car park. I actually left the park to go and get that shot, and same with the Goliath shots earlier. So anyway, I believe it's not Untamed time, Lost Gravity time. Why do I keep getting their names mixed up? I really don't know, it's a bit odd.
It's been a really good day. I've always wanted to come here, ticked off a load of coasters, didn't get to do Condor, well happy about that, bonus. I've had a great day. I don't miss Condor at all, like I'm kind of glad that it wasn't open.
Well, when the RMC opens next year, the 2 RMCs, if that's what it's definitely been, I'm sure it is, but when they open you can do Condor then, mate.
Yeah.
So, probably a silly question, but what has been your favourite coaster?
I really liked Goliath.
Oh, he's shot me. I thought he was going to say Untamed.
I really liked Goliath.
Yeah.
It's just like a good Millennium Force.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to like Millennium Force and it let me down. And I thought, so I guess my expectations were kind of lowered for Goliath. But because Goliath was really good, I loved it. And then Untamed is like very close behind.
Yeah, good stuff.
To be fair, I even like Express.
Yeah.
And Lost Gravity. You've got like 4 really good coasters in this park, so.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, I would have previously said 5, but I feel like Speed of Sound is really let down by the quiet audio. If you do come to this park regularly and you know why the audio has been like quieting down on that, please let us know in the comments. I'd be interested to know. I have a suspicion that people have complained about it and that's why they've made it quieter. But I hope that's not the case, but it wouldn't shock me. That's the way the world's going. Overall, I remember when we were sat in Pleasure Beach about 3 weeks ago, I went, should we go to Walibi Holland? And you were like, I've never been. And I was like, we have to go.
Well, I think Walibi Belgium was first on the cards, wasn't it? And I think I threw out that I really want to do Holland because there's a better coaster list.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, let's look at the map. Yeah, it's doable, we're going.
Because we were only going to do one or the other, weren't we? And then we decided to go for this. I think I'm glad we chose this one.
Yeah.
I don't know how Belgium's gonna like stack up, but that's in a couple of days. So, and tomorrow, can I lead on to tomorrow?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, we're going to Efteling. I've never been there either, so I know it's more of a family park. I'm not going in with high expectations for the coasters, but I think it's just going to be an overall nice day.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a bit different today, where we're chasing all the big thrills. I think tomorrow's going to be more like.
Do you want to talk about your situation earlier, trying to get out of the park to come back to the car?
Oh yeah, right. If you want to leave the park to come to the car, and there's 2 of you or more than, like let's say you brought a picnic or something, and there's a family, only one of you is allowed to leave. Yeah.
So like earlier on when I came out to film the shots of Express and Goliath, Stephen planned to get some photos on his camera and videos, and they were like, only one of you can leave at a time. So off I went onto the car park, on the path I should say, for a wander. And Stephen had a nap next to Speed of Sound.
Oh, it looked awful just lying on a bench.
And yeah, I got some footage, but I also got talking to the car park attendants who were actually really friendly. So yeah, it's been an overall great day. I really like this park, and I must say, like, if you do like Halloween events, this one has a very good Halloween event with all the rides open till 10 o'clock at night. Don't get me wrong, it gets extremely busy, so if you do it, buy the maximum tier fast pass. Do the mazes, do the scare zones, do the rides. It is an incredible event, so if you do like your Halloween stuff, then I do recommend a Fright Night event here. Also, if you are a family or a group of friends and you want to do more than a day, consider the Walibi Village, because that is also a great place to stop. Going to end it there for now. This is an excellent theme park though, and I do fully recommend it to every single person. So please, come give it a go if you've never been. You will really enjoy it. So, just to the end stuff now. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It's a little thumbs up below. Please subscribe, please comment. We really appreciate your support. Stephen's about to get run over. Many thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.